Welcome to the video, and today we shall talk about a 16-year-old child that was pulled underwater by a shark, as his family watches helplessly as the water turns a dark red around him. Watch till the end to see this brave child become a man as he survives something that not everyone does once the jaws of death grip onto them. People have always been fascinated by shark attacks, which make them think of primal danger hiding beneath the waves. Even though these things don't happen very often, the way they are portrayed in the media and in pop culture often makes people very afraid. Understanding how shark attacks really happen, what kinds of sharks are involved and how people get hurt is important for putting an end to myths and making people more aware. Shark attacks don't happen very often, according to statistics. The International Shark Attack File says that each year there are only a few dozen shark strikes that were not provoked. Even less often do these acts kill someone. Even though the thought of meeting a shark can be scary, the chances of being attacked by one in the wild are very, very low. There are many kinds of sharks, and some are more likely to be involved in shark attacks than others. Don't forget to bite that like and subscribe button. Last week, a beachgoer in North Carolina who was 16 years old survived a shark attack in the sea that left him with roughly 40 puncture wounds, 17 stitches, and a number of other injuries. On Thursday, the event took place as Oak Ridge resident Nick Arthur was spending the day in Cape Hatteras with his family. Nick was visiting Cape Hatteras for the first time. According to the National Park Service, he was leaping over waves on a sandbar at approximately 4:00 p.m. and was approximately 25 feet offshore when the animal attacked him. Nick was in the water with his sister and his father, Tim, who told CNN that at first he believed his son was just having fun in the water. Nick's sister was also in the water. Nick described the pressure of the bite as being intense, and he stated that he had the sudden conclusion that his assailant must be an animal of some kind. He didn't know what it was, so he attempted bringing his leg up out of the water. When he did, he noticed, "Oh my God, there's a 5-foot-long shark attached to my leg," which is what he stated. He made an effort to remove it, but it was too heavy for him. His hands were dripping with blood as he struggled. It appeared to be a mixture of blood and sand in appearance. Both were present in large quantities. He was unable to gain a clear view of what was taking place in front of him. Tim continued to punch and kick the beast, while Nick fought to pry open the shark's mouth in order to free his leg. Nick was attempting to free his leg by prying open the shark's mouth. Tim was eventually successful in giving the shark a hard enough blow to the nose to coax it into releasing its hold on his son. Nick was able to dislodge his leg from the trap. Tim elaborated by saying, he doesn't think they did anything that was particularly remarkable, but it was enough to make the shark possibly realize that there was easier prey out there. The National Park Service reports that the adolescent was escorted to a medical facility in Nags Head, where he received treatment for his injuries and was eventually released later that same night. The injuries the boy sustained were not specified in the report made by the National Park Service. Since the year 2010, there have been at least 32 unprovoked shark attacks in the state of North Carolina, as stated in a report that was recently released by the Charlotte Observer in the month of July 2019. At the time, it was rated 7th in the United States for the overall number of shark attacks that had happened over the preceding 10 years. This place had the 7th highest number of attacks. He reassured himself that even if the odds of it occurring is minimal, there is still a possibility that it might take place. At first, he argued with himself that there was no chance that the event would take place. Before anything awful actually happens to them, nobody ever imagines that it would happen to them. Even if the likelihood is low, there is still a chance that it could occur. To put it another way, I was of the opinion that there is no way it could take place. He went on to say that prior to the event, no one believes it will take place in their own life until it actually does. Nick, who must now get around with the aid of crutches, has high hopes that his ordeal would serve as a cautionary tale for future swimmers in the region, who should always be on the watch for sharks. I hope you take this ordeal very seriously, because Nick is still one of the lucky ones that got away with the injuries that he received. Otherwise, it is an even more gruesome ordeal. Thank you for watching today's video, and do subscribe to see more of just like this. Goodbye.